Joining us now, NewsNation media contributor and founding editor of Mediaite.com, Colby Hall. Might this backfire? I mean, is it a publicity stunt?
Yeah, I mean, it is a publicity stunt, but, I don't think it's going to backfire. Personally, I don't really have a problem with it. It's a protest that's consistent with free speech and constitutional values and conservative, longstanding conservative values, right? It's a free market. And if you don't want to be a part of something that has, apparently been, politicized in a way that it hasn't been before, you sort of just opt not to do it. I will say the other side to that is that the net effect of this, that the people that are actually going to be punished by this is no one in the Trump administration and not Trump. It's the musical theater fans in the DC area, which I think are largely left of center. So, there may be, sort of unintended consequences of punishing people that you would normally be your fans. But, it's designed to get us talking about it and bring attention to it. And here we are.
Here we are. Are cultural institutions like the Kennedy Center ever apolitical?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, I don't think art is necessarily apolitical, right? I think, if you look at most art, it's often sort of come from the underground and, people that are trying to speak truth to power or say something different or think differently. And art typically starts as radical ideas that then later gets accepted, many, many decades and generations later. So, I don't think that Hamilton is really that much of a sort of, it's mainstream hit because there's a reason why vanilla ice cream is very popular also. Like, it's not that edgy. And so I think they made their point. I'll also say the idea that Trump inserted himself by taking over the Kennedy Center because he didn't like the woke programming is, it's straight up Archie Bunker, and popular vote wanted that. So, it is what it is. And I don't think at the end of the day, much will be made from this.
Yeah, for the record, I prefer sherbet orange if you have it.
You're a weirdo.
Fun fact. That's true. That's true. All right, fair. How about the criticism, Colby? The American people need to know that Lin-Manuel is intolerant of people who don't agree with him politically. It's clear he and the Sellers don't want Republicans going to their shows. That's from the chair that Trump appointed to the Kennedy Center.
Yeah, that's Richard Goodell, and I think he's sort of fighting fire with fire. Very often, you see this on both sides, but it's really been sort of honed by the Trump administration or Trump himself, the old best defense is a good offense approach, right? So it's not us that are being partisan. They're the ones. But again, this was all a reaction to Trump doing something that no president has ever done before, and basically firing the board member because he didn't like the programming at the Kennedy Center, and then sort of jokingly saying that he was, unanimously voted as the president of Kennedy Center. That wasn't true, but he wasn't really serious. So again, it's the situation where our political leaders are sort of fighting one another like toddlers. Like, he started it, no, he did, and I think a lot of people are over it. They have the right to say that they don't want to do it anymore. And, it's the sort of wedge issue and conflict that the Trump administration delights in. So they kind of maybe did him a favor.
Yeah. Politicians behaving like children, that never happens. By the way, Colby, I've never seen Hamilton. I may be the only person in the country who's not seen it. I saw part of it on TV once. Never seen it.
I took my kids to it because it was the thing that we had to do. Yeah. Not a musical theater guy at all. It was interesting and it was smart and it was something I hadn't really seen before. You can see why it had such wide popularity, but it's a musical. I just don't get the idea of people singing, breaking out in song. It's always sort of, I like plain theater, not musical theater.
Yeah, I have, and there were no political reasons as to why I just didn't see it. I just don't go. I just don't go to the show. I'm missing out. It happens. Colby, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.